So, a few days ago, Epic announced a new tournament called the #Free Fortnite Cup. I checked the prize pools and saw that you could obtain a skin called the Tart Tycoon by getting 10 points. Then, as I kept reading, I saw a sentence that said, top 240 players with the most apples eaten across the session can win a gaming hardware. At that moment, I was confused. I thought to myself that there is no way that you can win an Alienware laptop that's worth $2,500 by literally eating apples on the Fortnite map. I loaded up Twitter and saw some pros tweeting about this event, so I knew that this had to be true. Mind you that I'm from NA West, so it's actually top 60 players that get the gaming hardware of their choice, but that wasn't going to stop me because I planned to play in every region. Prior to the start of this tournament, I loaded up lootlate.info, which is basically an online Fortnite map that shows where almost everything is located. I clicked the show apple button and boom, I memorized all these apple locations, thinking that no one else is doing the same. I was determined to become the best apple collector in the game. I knew that I wanted the laptop badly since it could be the present for my upcoming birthday. Anyhow, I decided to load into Arena and drop at the orchard to practice my apple collecting skills. And yes, you heard that right, I was about to start practicing collecting apples like a sweat. After 2 hours of practice, I went to take a break and loaded up YouTube to search up how to win the #Fortnite Cup. I watched almost every single vid that I found and none of them had a good strat that was even comparable to mine. You see, I came up with an apple collecting route. First, I claim all the apples in Orchard, then I rotate to the apple spawns in front of Steamy. Third, I go to the front of the orchard to open some fruit boxes, then lastly, I rotate to the houses on top of Pleasant where you can find 4 apple pal spawns. Eventually, I also found the fastest way to reach the 4 apple spawns, and it was by using a downward river stream that led up to a boat of which I could use. I practiced this process for around 8 hours and to my surprise I didn't see anyone else practicing collecting apples. This indicated that I actually have a high chance of winning the laptop, and not to mention it boosted my confidence levels. And if you're asking someone on how to win in anything, confidence is always the key to victory. Anyways, it was the day of the event. The first Free Fortnite Cup started on the OCE server. I pressed ready, accepted the TOS, turned off all the NVIDIA highlight features to have the best possible performance. I loaded into the Fortnite map, and as the battle bus slowly makes its way to the orchard, I see that no one has jumped off yet, and at this moment I knew something terrifying was about to happen. I pressed the spacebar and saw 69 people soaring through the skies, gliding towards Orchard. Anyhow, immediately after the surprise, I had thoughts in my head about the fact that I stood no chance of winning this event. I decided to wait 1 hour before I continue playing again so that I can avoid all the good players that are also trying to collect apples. This decision could have possibly been the best decision I've ever made in my dead Fortnite career because in my second game, I only had 5 people gliding towards the orchard, which meant that I actually had a chance of surviving and claimed all the apples. But I was wrong once again. Even though I killed everyone that landed at the orchard, there were constantly new players that were rotating to me. Out of the 12 games I had, I only survived 4, and my highest record for the most apples consumed in one game was a trivial value of 50. This would later carry on to my performance in Asia, where even in my best game, I only collected a whopping 55 apples in a single match. I guess my performance wasn't terribly bad, but I'm sure there are other people who got way more and are going to win the laptop. When Asia ended, it was 3 AM for me, so I went to sleep to try again in the NA East region the next day. Long story short, the result I got in NA East was the same as Asia and Oceania, and so it was up to the last session in my home region, NA West. Going to the event, I wasn't feeling confident. At that point, I was just playing for fun. Not until I saw that chap was speedrunning on his stream trying to get the most amount of apples. His strategy was way better than mine, except it involved a lot more luck. His strat involved first getting the grappler, then start rotating to apple locations on the map and leave Orchard as the last location to go. I tried this for 10 matches and had 4 successful attempts, one of which had my highest record for the most amount of apples consumed in one game. My record was around 80 apples consumed. In short, I probably didn't make the cut for the top 60 mark, but this tournament was probably one of the most enjoyable ones I've ever had. Well, that was a fucking lie, cause I don't understand how people can get 100+ apples in a single match. Like, what are you doing with your life?